We are at the Bitspiration Festival in Krakow in Hotel Forum, and my guest is Dan Bragiel. Hello, Dan.
Hi there, how are you?
Hey, so at the beginning I would like to ask you to introduce yourself briefly. What do you do professionally?
Okay, my name is Dan Bragiel. I am an angel investor and partner at IO Ventures, which is an accelerator program. Over the last few years I've done close to 30 investments, and so that's where I spend most of my time. Evaluating companies and giving them checks, writing my name on the checks.
Okay, I know we work in Silicon Valley, so I'd like to ask you, is Silicon Valley really the valley of the dreams?
I think it's just a place where it can take you to the next level. So usually that means getting businesses, clients, funding. It's just like this very central place where if you're usually in the tech space, it's a really good place. Valley of Dreams, I think it's a strong word, but it's a great place to live. I love living in San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. A lot of Polish founders, they just dream to get into the Silicon Valley. What would you advise them before they go there? Like what to be prepared for, and how can they get there, and what can they achieve there?
The big thing is just to kind of realize it's not easy. The press articles, always have these amazing stories of these companies raising a lot of money, and it's a crazy show when you're like running a company, and that's the other big thing, just to view it. I mean, it's real life, it's a business, so have a product that sells something that people want. That's a good start. Don't just build something because you think that's what investors want to hear. And come in there with, like, I'd say, expectations that it's going to be very difficult, and you just have to do a lot of work. I don't know. That's a big thing.
So what are the biggest mistakes that startups who go there used to do?
I think a lot of mistakes. I guess I'll tell in my perspective of investing, and a lot of mistakes just founders, and then it also means international founders make is they just think the process is going to be a lot easier, and they'll be like, oh no, I only have 1 month to raise money, and that's then I have to go back to work. And the unfortunate reality is it's a long process, and it takes up all your time, and you pretty much have to pause everything. And so if that's the case, you may as well focus only on that, and get it done as fast as you can. It doesn't always take 1 month. Sometimes it does if you're doing very well. Otherwise, it's going to take a little bit longer. So if a Polish company is coming in, expect many visits to the valley, and not only that, but have a lot of kind of meetings lined up. Have it where it's momentum, where you're talking with a lot of people, not just one investor and waiting for him to say yes. You need to have a lot of people saying yes, a lot of people competing, and that's when you're able to raise money faster and also raise at a better terms and valuation.
So let's say that some startup just went to Silicon Valley, and what should be the first step of such startup? Well, where to go, where to show it itself?
Meetups. So for me myself, I enjoy hardware, and so I'll go to the hardware meetups and just meet companies that I like there, and that's kind of a good first step. If you're in something different, where maybe you're in games, where you should be going to meetups that are involving monetizing, or there's communities where you meet up with some of them, and if you're doing something fun or something exciting and they like you, they're gonna help you out. People like sharing information, so just kind of be open, but there's gonna be effort put into it.
So I'd like to also ask you about pitching session. What's the most important part of pitching session? Is the idea the most important, or maybe the way you present it?
Yeah, so these are always hard. I never know exactly what I'm supposed to be judging on, because if you're going to like a hackathon, it's quick, and so maybe you're just looking for just something very intuitive and something exciting, not like solving a business problem. Like there's one company that was just taking something from your LinkedIn profile and doing something goofy with it. That was just kind of creative, and that's what kind of excited me. And then with the other ones, am I looking at it in terms of if I'm going to raise money? I think just explaining, being able to really fully tell the story of what you're selling is the most important thing.
So who would you recommend to take part in such pitching session? Like, should it be a CEO or PR marketing person? Who should go there?
It always should be the one that's the visionary, and so that will usually be the CEO. Usually the CEO is going to be the one that's more business facing, maybe dealing with product and funding, all that stuff, and then the CTO. Traditionally CTO is working on building the product, so the CEOs usually should be the front facing one, and they should be doing all these kind of things where he or she represents kind of everything.
So you should have some charisma, let's say, yeah?
I think charisma is really big. You have to have people like you. That helps a lot. Sometimes people are very weird founders. That does happen a lot too. Luckily, they have a really great product and they have good numbers to kind of help out to tell that story. But in the end, you have to be a really good storyteller.
Okay, it's not your first time here at the Bitspiration Festival, so what do you like the most about this current edition?
I really like it being in this hotel, the forum. I lived here, 10 years ago for a short period of time, and I don't know why I never came out here, but I came here in March as well this year, and they have this really cool bar here, and I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to just check out this place more. It's interesting. It's like this huge building, and it's historical.
So where can we meet you next?
I'll be going to Brazil after this for the World Cup, so otherwise I'll be back in San Francisco.
Okay, thank you a lot for this short conversation.
Yep, thank you.
Dan Bragiel was my guest. Thank you.